Hello everyone, my name is Lojan25 and welcome back to another redstone video. So recently we hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is really insane, and I would like to say thank you for all of those that have been following me along these years. For this special occasion I have built this farming cube behind me. So some of you may remember that I have done a similar thing with a smaller farming cube which was 4 blocks in each directions, and that was a challenge by Mumbo Jumbo, and in my version I featured roughly around 10 farms. But this concept takes that concept to a new level. So over here we have a 6x6x6 cube, which features more than 25 different farms. And all of the farms can be seen in that short time lapse at the beginning that I have shown you. But now I will show you each farm individually in my redstone testing world, and from where we will take a closer look at them. So we are currently located in my redstone testing world, where I have designed most of the prototypes for the farming cube. So let's take a closer look at each of the individual modules. Some of those farms are completely automated and some of them are semi-automated. Over here we have a composter, which is meant for converting all the crops that grow into the bone meal. This farm is not sadly not fully automated because there was no place left, but I have made it so that you only have to click the items into the composter, and once the item drops out it will be automatically picked up by one of the hoppers. Over here we have a Nether Wart farm, which is sadly not automated yet. Over here we have a bamboo farm, which is fully automated, and it uses this observer to detect the growth of this bamboo, and then it just harvests it. Over here we have a player-operated cocoa bean farm, a vine farm, a snowman farm which uses the snowman to create snow layers, which are then mined by player and collected into this hopper. Over here we have a kelp farm. This design is really quite simple. All it does is fires these pistons every now and then, and that harvests the kelp. Then we have a nano farm. This nano farm is used for wheat, beetroot, carrots and potatoes, and it works by just placing some crops here, and then it will bone meal it into the full grown state and remove the block so that the crops break off. So then we have a simple melon and pumpkin farm. These are really common in a technical Minecraft community, but essentially when one of those crops produce either a melon or a pumpkin, this piston will fire and remove the crop. And then we have the same thing as I did with the bamboo. I have also made with the sugarcane, so it's a sugarcane farm. Then we have a simple seed and flower farm using the dispenser, which is bone milling the grass, as you guys can see here. Then we have a simple chicken farm. The idea is to have chickens inside of this hopper. They will lay eggs, and those eggs will end up here. Then you will just fire them up onto a half slab, and once the chickens grow up they will be killed by this lava and their items will be in this hopper. Then we have a simple cactus farm, a double tall flower duplicator using bone meal. Then we have a wool farm. This was designed in one of my previous videos. Then we have a 3-in-1 Mop Farm. So essentially a mob could theoretically spawn here, even though the spawn rates are really slow because we have only one spawning pet. But the mob can spawn, and when it does it will trigger this string over here that will activate the piston, and the mob will be pushed on top of this block. And now we can have a magma block, which means that the mobs will be killed automatically, or we can have a solid block. That means that the player can kill the mobs, and that is where I got the title XP farm. And there is also a really small chance that the creeper would spawn, and if you have this piston fired, then if lightning strikes inside into this armor stand, which is super rare, that creeper would turn into the charge creeper. Then here we have a simple cobblestone generator, which was showed by me in one of my previous videos. Essentially it's super compact, and that is why I used it. Over here we have a simple fishing farm, so this is as basic as it gets, essentially. And this design was designed by Puffingfish HQ, and I saw a similar design on Lord Chaotic Wolf's YouTube channel. So there will be linked to those videos down in the description. Over here we have a cow breeder, which was originally designed by Mumbo Jumbo, but I modified the design in the final version because I didn't have the room to fit in these redstone blocks. And I really wanted to have an iron farm, so this is the iron farm designed by Works, but sadly it's really quite big and it didn't fit into my design. And after I have chosen all the different modules for this build, it was time to fit them inside of this small cube, and that was the most challenging part of this build. So I have used many quite clever mechanics. So this node block over here is not only used for the Melon farm, but it's also the crucial part of the fishing farm. So now you can see that I'm using the fishing farm, and the Melon farm down below will still be functional, because the signal will be able to pass through this node block. And the fishing farm is working. And all the different loot will end up in this chest. So here you can see that I have also caught some fishes. The majority of the crops will end up in these chests or other barrels located around the build. So we have one barrel here for the cow farm, we have one barrel here for the chicken farm, one barrel for the snowman farm. I have also made some double uses for many different blocks around this cube. So for example, we have this grass block over here, and it's used mainly for spreading the grass to this dirt block over here, but it can also be used as a seed and flower farm with the help of this dispenser and this piston. And those sort of components are not activated by player, but they are integrated with other random clocks. So for example, when this melon grows, it will trigger the bone meal dispenser, and when the sheep will eat the grass, it will trigger this piston. And so we passively get some seeds and flowers from this build. And because we have so many different farms inside of one small area, I have made a lot of compromises to make this work. So this cow farm only allows one baby to be here, or they will just be ejected into the void. And as I stated before, this Mop Farm in theory works, but in reality it would be the slowest farm you have ever seen. And some of those farms, for example the Wart farm and the cocoa bean farm, were just placed here because I have run out of ideas on what to put here that would make the most sense. And it's possible to fully automate them, but I really didn't have an idea where to fit them inside of this really compact cube, so that they would be fully automated. And some of those farms still do not have containers. So for example, this Cactus Farm doesn't have a specific container. And the main reason why I have managed to make this farm so compact is because we are using only one water stream at the middle, and that is then allowing all the different farmlands to be supplied with water because they are close enough to this source block. We also have one source block here to make this fishing farm work, and some lava sources over here, and one will be dispensed with this dispenser to kill all the passive mobs, and as well as generate cobblestone over here. And all the different crops that do not have specific containers will end up in the variety of different hopper minecarts. So one hopper minecart over here is picking the bamboo that is being harvested by this piston. Then we have another hopper minecart which is harvesting the sugarcane, and the kelp is also being harvested by those two, and the bone meal is being harvested either by this hopper minecart or this one. Overall, the majority of the farms have its own collection system, which is really great. Even though I have put many hours into this build, it's still not perfect, And if someone would put more time into it, I'm sure that they would be able to come up with something even more compact than this. But I'm really satisfied with the end result that I got, and I might be doing another one of these in the future. And if you'd like to have this in your own world, you'll be able to do so, as I will provide a structure block file so you can extract it directly into Minecraft without any third-party software. This video took me a long time to make, from designing the different farms to fitting them inside of this cube. It was really a lot harder than the 4x4x4 farming cube, just because you have a lot more space available, and that means that you have to compact even better to make it work. And also let me know if you guys liked that short intro at the beginning. It took a long time to edit, but I think that the end result is worth it. So if you'd like to see more of those intros, let me know. But that is all I had time for today, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.